Welcome to the deep dive. Today we're zeroing in on a really key document, one that tries to map out the state of global artificial intelligence.
Hmm.
We're looking at the State of AI report, the one dated October 9, 2025. It comes from Nathan Benaich and Air Street Capital.
Yeah, and this report, it's crucial. It's not just, a bunch of market stats. It's a very deliberate attempt to build a kind of consensus framework, a way to define what success and risk even mean in AI right now. Since today we're working mostly with the context and the structure, our mission is kind of twofold.
Okay.
First, map out the structure they use, how they define the state of AI, and second, understand the person behind it, Nathan Benaich. His background is, well, pretty surprising.
Right, and that's essential for anyone trying to keep up. Understanding the map, the framework, it's like your shortcut to getting informed quickly. But knowing let's say, the perspective of the map maker, that's just as vital, especially when they're guiding serious venture capital. So let's dive into that structure first.
Okay, so when you glance at the contents page, it's clear this isn't just a tech review. After the intro, you've got 6 main sections. They are research, industry, politics, safety, survey, and predictions.
It's a really interesting sequence, quite strategic actually. It lifts the whole discussion beyond just the engineering side. It's more of a holistic view of AI fitting into society. And what jumps out immediately is how they separate research, like fundamental science.
The breakthroughs, the papers.
Exactly, from industry, which is the real-world application, the commercial stuff.
That split feels important. It acknowledges that gap.
Yeah.
Big ideas and research, the foundational models, they can take years to actually become, well, usable products. Research is what's possible. Industry is what's scalable and out there in the market. Precisely. And maybe in the past, an AI report might have stopped right there. Research and industry. Done. But the next 2 sections, politics and safety, that's what really shows how mature the field is becoming, or how complex, maybe. This is where it stops being purely technical. It turns into, like, a strategic assessment.
Yeah, connecting the politics part means they're treating regulatory risk as a core factor for investment. It's not theoretical anymore. You're talking global competition, things like export controls, the EU AI Act, U.S. orders,
Yeah.
stuff that directly hits market access.
And valuations.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And safety. That goes beyond just cybersecurity.
Right.
It's tackling misuse, alignment problems, even potential catastrophic risks, including that signals that things like technical governance, ethical guidelines, they're now central to high-level due diligence. If you can't show you have a plan for safe, compliant deployment, well, your whole investment case looks weaker. It just changes the whole conversation, doesn't it? It's not enough to be technically brilliant anymore. Your AI company also has to be politically aware and, demonstrably safe. This framework really pushes those factors right to the front.
And then they round it all off with survey and predictions. The survey part is interesting. It shifts from hard data to sentiment, gauging confidence, fears, where people plan to put resources right now.
Kind of grounds it in the present moment, even the emotional state of the builders. And predictions, well, that's necessary for any investor, right? You have to look ahead. It's not just about the last year. It's trying to shape the view for the next one.
Yeah, this structure really covers the basis for looking at AI as this global, regulated, influential force it's become.
And the report itself, as we mentioned, is from Air Street Capital. Their stuff's also on press.airstreet.com, by the way. Okay, so it's a powerful framework, and it's driven by Air Street Capital. Let's peel back the curtain a bit on the main architect, Nathan Benaich. We know he's not just writing reports. He's a financier. His decisions actually move money.
That's right. His main job is general partner at Air Street Capital, and their focus specifically is investing in AI-first companies. That's the term they use.
Right, and for you listening, an AI-first company, that basically means the product, its core value, wouldn't exist without its own AI. It's not just software using some AI. The AI is the core thing.
Exactly. And while the fund is his main thing, what's really fascinating is all the other stuff he does. It's like he's building the whole ecosystem around the fund. For instance, he runs the Research and Applied AI Summit, RAI. It's a big international meeting point for researchers and people in the industry.
And connected to that, he runs the RAI's Foundation, which funds open source AI.
Yes. Now, hang on. Let's just pause on that for a second. That's quite something. He's funding commercial proprietary AI through Air Street.
The AI-first companies.
And at the same time, he's funding the open source building blocks through the foundation. That's quite a strategic position, isn't it? Hedging bets, maybe, but also feeding the talent pool, the infrastructure the whole industry needs.
It feels like an infrastructure play.
Yeah.
Build the roads, influence the traffic.
Totally. And it doesn't stop there. He runs AI communities, active ones in both the US and Europe, building that global network. Plus, he manages spinout.ifi. That's an initiative trying to make it easier for universities to spin out companies.
Ah, spinout.ifi.
Yeah.
So, smoothing that path from lab research to actual market product. Less friction. Okay, it's crystal clear. Nathan Benaich isn't just writing checks. Not at all. He's a community builder, shaping infrastructure, involved at, like, every level, from university research and open source right up to the big commercial plays. So we've got this picture, a major strategic force in AI finance and ecosystem building. Now, here comes the twist, the part that really underlines why diverse backgrounds can be so powerful in tech leadership. You look at that CV, VC, AI summits, open source funding you'd probably expect a background in. What? Comp sci, engineering, maybe finance.
But the source material shows us something quite different. His undergrad degree wasn't in engineering at all. It was in biology at Williams College.
Biology. Okay. And it gets even more specific later on. He got his PhD from Cambridge as a Gates Scholar, and his specific field, cancer research.
Yeah. A leader defining global AI investment strategies holds a PhD in oncology research.
That is the aha moment right there. How does cancer research actually inform deciding where to invest millions in, say, generative AI or robotics?
That's the question, isn't it? Most VCs get spreadsheets, some get code. But why would deep knowledge of biological modeling give you an edge in AI?
What's the connection?
Well, think about modern biology, especially something like cancer research. It's fundamentally about grappling with complex systems. And incredibly noisy data. You're dealing with huge data sets, genetics, proteomics, and millions of variables interacting in nonlinear ways, affecting outcomes like, survival or drug response. You're constantly building computational models, statistical models, trying to find signals in all that noise.
So it's less about the specific code, more about applied complexity science, understanding intricate systems.
Exactly that. And that skill modeling complex, multivariate, often unpredictable systems, it maps directly onto the challenges in AI today. Especially with deep learning, it suggests a really unique viewpoint on applied AI problems involving huge scale, weird dependencies, ambiguous data, which you see everywhere, from LLMs to drug discovery.
So it gives him a kind of systems-level perspective that maybe goes beyond the immediate tech hype. He sees risk differently, maybe, like complex failure pathways, not just market ups and downs.
Yeah, that deep background in a, non-traditional technical field, it absolutely seems like it would add unique credibility, a different lens than the standard Silicon Valley one for their analysis and, crucially, their investment choices. Hashtag tech tech, hashtag outro.
So just to wrap up what we've looked at, that essential framework for assessing AI, it's definitely matured. It now needs that comprehensive six-part view covering research, industry, the whole politics angle, safety, the current survey sentiment, and looking ahead with predictions. And critically, the people shaping this view, like Nathan Benaich, might come from surprising places. His background in biology and cancer research, it gives him this unique systems thinking approach, adds real depth to his firm's analysis and, where they decide to put their money.
And understanding that perspective is, I think, really vital if you're trying to figure out where the capital and the talent are actually heading in AI.
It really is. Okay, so here's a final thought for you, the listener, to maybe mull over. Given that a key figure shaping AI investment has this deep background in cancer research and is actively building the whole ecosystem, how might AI-first companies focus specifically on biology, medicine, or complex biological modeling be uniquely positioned? Maybe for funding or strategic advice from Air Street Capital. What might that background make them prioritize? Thanks for sharing your sources with us and joining this deep dive. We'll catch you next time.